Hey travelers, Mag and I here on day 9 of our trip to the US. Today is a day I've been very excited about since we started this trip. We've taken a ferry out and we're now shooting from Martha's Vineyard. We took the very first ferry out in the morning and we're going to take the very last ferry out tonight. So we've got all day to explore the entire island and see as much as we can. We only have 2 DeLorme pages to cover today, so there's no stress about hitting any of our targets like there were in the last couple of days. We're just going to take this whole day on island time and enjoy the sights along the way. Come on, let's go see what this place has to offer.
Of course, every trip out to Martha's Vineyard always starts with a ferry ride. We boarded our vessel at 5:30 a.m. sharp. By that time, the sun had already crested the horizon and we had a clear view over the water as we made our way into the harbor. Despite the fact that it was such a short crossing, there was really a lot to see on the way in. I was so busy, I realized I'd forgotten to check in on Ai-chan. I better see how she's doing with the ride. Oh yeah, she definitely seems curious to figure out where it is we're going today on this big boat. It was a very busy town directly off the ferry, with lots of shops and very expensive looking houses. But we didn't have to go too far to start seeing nature at its finest. Everywhere we went across the island, there was another view to take in. Piers, beaches, moored boats. Felt like everywhere we turned, there was something new to see. Ai-chan couldn't agree with me any more on that point. She spent the whole morning riding shotgun, looking out the window, enjoying the views, and getting the fresh air. We used the lighthouses on the island to set our direction, moving around clockwise. East Chop Lighthouse came up first in the rotation. It was nice to be this close after all the ones we saw from a distance yesterday. Then we made our way into Edgartown and followed the walking trail toward the lighthouse out on the point. Sometimes the lighthouse would disappear from sight altogether, but before we knew it, there it was, right in front of us. They also offer museum tours inside, but we skipped out on that. Ai-chan didn't want to do all those stairs. After that, we worked our way all the way down to Aquina in the southwest corner of the island. There we made our way out to a viewpoint over the bluffs, and over to the grounds of the Gay Head Light. They were also offering tours in this lighthouse, but once again, we chose just to keep ourselves on ground level and avoid all those stairs. Ai-chan seemed happy enough just to walk around the green grassy meadow in front of the lighthouse. Finally, we started to make our way back to the port again. On the way there, we visited the West Chop Lighthouse, but it's on private property, so we had to keep ourselves outside the gate. We also made our way over to Chappaquiddick Island to try and find the Cape Poge Lighthouse at the end of the point. Unfortunately, despite how close we came, it was apparent that Ai-chan wasn't up for the hike. We turned around after just a short walk on the sandy trail. The ferry ride between Chappaquiddick Island and Edgartown is one of the shortest I've ever taken in my life. It's a mere 527 feet from one port to the next. Despite the 2 sides being the magic distance for geocaches to be hidden, there wasn't one on either side. By that point in the day, Ai-chan was exhausted and didn't want to do much but sleep. So she totally missed out when we saw the wild turkeys. They must have thought I was sizing them up for a meal because they ran off pretty quick. Ai-chan got some energy back in the evening when she realized I was making her a special dinner. She could hardly wait after watching me get it all ready for her. And man, when that bowl hit the ground, she set a land speed record in chowing it down.
Alright travelers, that's a wrap for day 9 of our trip across the US. Ai-chan and I have spent all day on Martha's Vineyard. We've put on almost 100 miles and we worked the island in a clockwise direction, starting at the port and then going northeast and around the coast of the island. We visited 4 out of the 5 lighthouses on the island, got great shots of them. We actually made an attempt at Chappie's Island. It didn't go too well. So we aborted that mission and Ai-chan's been sleeping it off the rest of the day. Best part of Martha's Vineyard by far is the views. Everywhere that you drive, there's a bluff that you can come on top of, a beach that you can go across, a straightaway with water on both sides. But there's also a lot of people on the island. I'm used to being on hiking trails and kind of having the place to myself. Not here on Martha's Vineyard. Even when you think you found a secluded spot, there's still a ton of people either coming, going, or already there when you get there. Tomorrow we're looking forward to making a trip out to Nantucket. I've got the whole day planned for the island as well, but I don't think I need it. So I'm thinking Aichan and I will probably start getting ahead on our day 11 schedule once we finish up on the island. We're looking forward to continuing sharing our adventures with you. Like and subscribe. Stay tuned for more updates as we keep moving across the country. See you on the trails.